Hey guys, Alex here from I'll name this channel later. Today another movie review, and I'll be talking about Malcolm and Marie, um, directed by Sam Levinson. Um, Now I was put onto this one because of all the hype around it, and usually I don't have much time to watch movies on weekdays, but I was working on a project and I had a blocker and I remember thinking I need something to clear my head. So I just thought, why not just watch that movie everyone is talking about? Um, I also heard the movie was shot from start to finish during the pandemic. I thought that was just a really impressive fact. And putting that into consideration, I think it made sense why some decisions were made in the film and why it turned out the way it did. Um, Anywho, what's Malcolm and Maria about? Um, the way I'll describe it is it's a romantic drama, and we follow Malcolm, who is a successful filmmaker and is played by John David Washington, and his wife Marie, played by Zendaya, and they tr- we follow them as they try to sort of navigate the potholes in their relationship through conversations that are more like verbal abuse, um, on what's supposed to be the biggest night of Malcolm's life. Well, those potholes are more like craters than potholes, to be honest. Um, but yeah, the whole movie takes place in one night at your house, and you get the feeling that whatever resolution they come to at the end of the night or at the end of the conversation is going to define their relationship moving forward, if they even have a relationship at all by the end of the night. Um, Now, I found that the reviews for this movie have really been split down the middle. A lot of people enjoyed it, and just as many people hated it as well. I think it has a rating of 57 or 59 on Rotten Tomatoes. Not sure. I can't remember, but I think it's decent. But obviously, you would think it would be higher considering the hype the movie has. I myself loved it a lot, and with that said, I'll be surprised if the movie was considered for the Oscars or anything like that. The performances maybe, but not the movie in itself. Um, Maybe cinematography, maybe. But yeah, I had a really good time watching it, and I love it for what it is. There was something about it. I mean, the whole time the two characters were just digging into each other, and usually, if that's executed poorly, I'll be done halfway through. But it kept me interested, and I think this movie's superpower is in the dialogue, the way Malcolm and Marie riff off each other, the things they say to each other, and their reactions to those things. Um, Also, I can see how the movie would be triggering for people who have been in sort of abusive relationships or toxic relationships. But if we're keeping it a buck just about the movie and what it tried to do, I think it was beautiful to watch. Um, yeah, about the performances, Zendaya and John David to me were fantastic. Um, I think, I mean, they were the only characters in the movie, so obviously it was on their shoulders to carry the whole thing. It was up to them and just the script to keep me engaged the entire time. And I think they did a tremendous job at that. I would say this is the best John David performance I've seen. I haven't seen that many. I mean, he was great in Tenet, but if you remember the character in Tenet, the character he played did not have a lot of depth. I mean, the character didn't even have a name. So this was different. Zendaya too was different. I've not seen Euphoria. I heard she even does a greater job there, but she kills this role. One of my favorite parts of the movie was Malcolm's monologue about the review for his movie and movie critics in general. And it was a great scene, and also I loved the way the movie was shot. The entire cinematography, it looked very classy, and the jazz music playing in the background just gave it a certain feel. Um, yeah, people say it's too artsy and they were trying too much, but I don't know. I sort of enjoyed it, so I think it did what it was supposed to do for me, anyways. And the black and white thing just added a very unique feel to it. I've heard the movie compared to Marriage Story with Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson from last year. I sort of agree with it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still think Marriage Story was of or is a far superior movie. Um, but I see some stuff in common with the themes and the story they try to tell. But yeah, my only gripe with the movie would be that I think around in the fourth quarter, the arguments started to get repetitive. But then I think that's real life, and that happens in relationships. Like, I feel like couples often find themselves going back to old arguments, arguing about things that you probably have settled before, and someone just brings it up because they're hurt or something. Um, Also, there's something I was watching, I think a review, and someone, Mark Kermode, I think it's his name, said, and I sort of agree with, is the movie feels more like a play than a movie, and sometimes dialogue feels like you get the feeling that the dialogue is scripted and that people don't talk in long stretches like that in real life. And it, I think that's a gripe that someone can have with the movie if you're trying to be critical with the movie, which I guess is what some people are trying to do, is their job. So the movie, I guess you could say, sometimes feel more like a play than a movie. And like some of the dialogues and monologues, you don't necessarily see people talking like that in real life, like for long stretches of time. But yeah, all in all, I thought it was a really special movie. It really was entertaining for me, and I loved it. I think I'll rate it 4 over 5. But yeah, that's all. That's it. That's my review for Malcolm and Marie, if you call this a review. Um, but yeah, I loved it. So yeah, until next time, probably be reviewing a book next. I'm halfway through um, the fifth Discworld book. Um, Sorcery, it's called. I reviewed the last one I read, Mort. So I'll be reviewing the next one in the series, Sorcery, when I'm done. So yeah, see you next time.